everyone, and welcome back to my channel, my very small makeup collection, which also means a very simple, basic and really natural, and some might say boring makeup routine, but this is how I like it. Now I am an oily girl, so I am going to start with some primer and just rub that all over the skin to make sure my oils are at bay. I do have two foundations, yes, because I don't have a true match, but I use very little of it, as you will see, and I don't go too harsh on spreading it around. Now I do have to apologize just for the lights. I am using natural light and some of my equipment is packed away already because I am moving, so just bear with me throughout this video. So as you see, I just dot a little bit of both those foundations onto my skin, and then I just start blending. I do use a light hand at blending. Yes, I know it looks very rough, but it's very light, and I just concentrated in the lower part of my face where I find I have the most of my concern to even out the tone. And as you'll notice, I don't do anything on my forehead. As you can see throughout the video, I am very expressionist and I frown a lot. Anything I put on the forehead is just going to crease. So at the end, I just take what's left over, brush it over the forehead, and that's it. Concealer, again, I use very little, and I just focus on my areas of concern, which is the inner corners. And then I just work it into those areas with my finger, spread it out just a little bit, cover up some blemishes that I really have that's very aggressive that I would like to, and that's all I do. But I keep it very simple and very easy because I don't mind my skin showing some blemishes. Powder, very simple again, I don't bake. I just take some powder onto a dry brush, onto a sponge, and I work it into the areas of main concern, which will be my eyes, my forehead, my nose, and my chin, which I get the most oily. I don't use much powder. I don't dip back in, go back in, bring more powder, bring more powder. I just use the same amount that was on the sponge in the first place, and I just spread that around. And when I'm finished with that, I'll just take a dry brush, very fluffy, and just dust some powder onto my cheeks, and then I will make sure that I really take off all of the powder that I can, as much as the powder as I want to. I don't like the feeling of makeup on my skin, so the more I can get off, the better. And like I said, I don't really mind if there are some imperfections that are showing through. That's perfectly fine to me. I don't mind my skin not looking chiseled or having straight lines. I just want my skin tone to look better, and I like the fact that I look refreshed and like I've been in the sun, which I haven't, so it's quite nice. Then I will go in with just this little trio of a bronzer, highlighter, and a blush, and I don't use much. I don't contour, I don't sculpt my face, I just bronze up my skin where I want to. I put a little bit on my nose, I put a little bit of my jawline, and that's it for bronzer for me. I really don't do much. I don't like the harsh lines. I don't want it to be visible. I just want it not to have a flat canvas. I do exactly the same thing with my blush. I really use the same brush, and honestly I do actually use the same brush just to add some pinkish rosy colors to my cheeks, just to make sure, again, it's not a flat canvas. And then I just go in with a little bit of highlight with my fingers. I don't add tons and tons of highlight. I don't need to. Eventually my skin will highlight itself when the oils come through, so there's no need for me to really do anything else. For brows, very simple, 3 steps: comb them out, color them in a little bit on the tail, and then I just use a brow color gel from Benefit to just make sure the hair stays in place and that I have a bit more color, especially on my tail. I'm fortunate enough to have quite full brows. You'll also not notice that I do anything specific in carving them out or making them square. I like the natural shape, I like natural makeup, so I keep them as they are. I love watching people do their brows and their eye makeup, and it's so beautiful, but one, my makeup skills suck, so I can't do them, and two, it does not suit my face shape or my eyes. My eyes are deep sunken in and hooded, and you can't see any of it. For eyeshadow, I use 3 colors literally: a very light white shade, a medium brown shade, and then a shimmery shade. Yes, I use shimmer. Almost every single day of my life I use shimmer. I'll just take a brush, I'll start with a lighter shade, and I literally just dust this all over my lid in a circular motion, because like I said, I can't do wing eyeliner. I can't do these fancy halo eyes and all of these beautiful things that you see people do on Instagram and YouTube, because once I open my eyes, it all disappears and you can't see anything. So I don't do it. And to be honest, I'm too lazy, and I can't bother taking so much time on doing my makeup, and I don't know how. I guess if I practice I would be able to, but again, once I open my eyes, it's all gone. So I literally just take those 3 shades, starting with the lightest, then going to the medium brown, and then I will finish off with the shimmer on my fingertips, just to make sure there's a bit more definition and that you can actually see when I close my eyes that there's something on my eyes. That's the only reason I do that. Oh, something in the eye. So let's just quickly make sure we get that out, seeing as we have a mirror up close. So this is all that I do with my eyes. I really don't feel the need, for me personally, to go all out crazy and do all of these beautiful things. That's just not who I am. Then of course I've used all powder products, so yes, I do set it just to make sure I don't look like powder. And then I will just make sure that I dry that Fix Plus. I don't have an electrical fan, I have a Spanish fan though, so I'll just use that to dry the Fix Plus. Then take my fingers just to press it into the skin so it doesn't stick to my peach fluff, and then I'll do eyeliner. Now with my eyes, I just do a regular tight line. I have eczema on my eyes also, so I have to be really careful with what I use. They get really runny. You'll also notice that I don't do anything at the bottom of my eyes, because the way that my eyes are set, no matter what I do, no matter how little I do, it transfers all the way down and it really doesn't look nice. It's not how you do that beautiful shadow under the eye and it looks so well put together. No, it transfers down and I look like a panda that's on steroids, which is not a good look. So I really don't do anything underneath the eyes at all. Then I will just do my lips. I usually just take a lip liner. I color my entire lip with the lip liner, whichever color that I use. I don't like lipsticks all that much. I can't stand that dry feeling that it gives to my lips. I tend to have dry lips as well, which means lipsticks and liquid lips just dries it out even more. And then I just go in with a lip gloss or a lip oil in this case to make sure I have that moisturization through the day, and that's it. Simple, easy and basic. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.